All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwanash, the wonders to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all elect Akim wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video of the Spirit. Brother Malak from GMS Detroit. Hey, this one right here. And I'm using this other phone, how to learn how to work this damn iPhone. My main phone is down for right now for the foreseeable future. So, I know the screen recorder shit's a little bit different on iPhone, but we'll see. We'll make the best of it. But this mother effer Vocab has some nerve, and the so-called white man in general, right? He put that post out not too long ago, wanting to talk about the persecution of those Christians in Nigeria, right? Saying that us, the Hebrew Israelites and Muslims, have no right to complain about any form of persecution. Y'all, this guy, not just Vocab, but his people in general, the Edomites, they love to kill, they love to rape, rob, and murder, and that they love to frame themselves as the eternal victim when they're the people going around planet Earth victimizing everybody. And the brother Tazma, he put up the perfect scripture, that Daniel 9:12. There's nobody on planet Earth that can have a pissing contest in the Pain Olympics with the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We suffered more than anybody on here. That's not even up for debate. We don't even have a seat at the Council of Nations, so-called Black Americans. We've been disowned and beaten so bad. We're not even in the global discussion. And before I get too far into it, first let me make sure I still got this other video. Okay. Before I get too far into it, let's actually read this statement, right? This is from Vocab. It says, Vocab Malone, Street Apologist. It says, both Hebrew Israelites and Muslims should shut their mouths, claiming that they are persecuted. The truth, 7,000 Christians have been murdered this year in Nigeria alone, and primarily by Islamicists. That's only in one country on this planet. 7,000 precious souls. It's all over the globe. The truth, Muslims are mainly persecuted by other Muslims. Remember how Iraqi Shia were slaughtered by Iraqi Sunnis when the Islamic State took over. Now this is also a horrific tragedy. And the so-called Hebrew Israelites, you're not even in the conversation. No one is persecuting you. In fact, you're part of the Christian persecution. So we're not even in the discussion. Now, whether you believe we're Israelites or not, right, is regardless of the fact. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans rule that discussion. Those Nigerians in the west coast of Africa, how did they become Christian, Vocab? How did they begin to believe on a white Eurocentric Christianity? Oh, that's right. People who look like you and believe in what you believe in went over there and slaughtered them and forced them to believe in that form of Christianity. How did those Nigerians, the ones who are Islam extremists, how did they begin to believe in Mohammedan, like Elder Apostle Tahar said? Islamism, Mohammedan, right? Oh, because the Arabs showed up over there and killed those black peoples and forced them to worship Muhammad out the cave. Who are you talking to? 7,000 people compared to the billions that we've lost. And we've lost people not just because of what we believe, but because of our bloodline, what we look like and who we actually are. It doesn't compare. It's that same comparison, homosexuals tried to have a couple years ago. We've been persecuted for being homosexual, just like black people being killed for being black. Bitch, you can hide being homosexual. You can't hide the color of your skin. And we understand this isn't a color thing, but we know, the world we're dealing with. It's not even on a scale of comparison. It's not even funny, y'all. When you tell all of our history, Greek captivity, Roman, Persian medial, Babylonian, slaves in Egypt, the time of Judges, we've the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're known today, which are the true biblical Israelites, we've only had 40 years on planet Earth where we had a domicile to ourselves. Every nationality on here has had a longer rulership than us. Your hell doesn't compare to ours. Know, it's not even a comparison. But once again, when you're a hypocritical, homicidal maniac, you can make statements like that without your conscience, ringing on you. Just trying to always track a nigga. Damn. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still new to this damn phone. Stupid ass iPhones. Let's get this out of Daniel, right? The good brother Tazama out of Dallas, he dropped this scripture. This is one of the first scriptures that come to mind for me as well. It's not even a comparison, man. Daniel 9:12. And he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. Right. So under all the planet Earth, nobody has suffered like we have suffered, especially on this continent. Are you serious? Vocab, are you serious? And I got this other video I want to play. This white woman, y'all have black schools. Y'all have black holidays. You stupid bitch. As the guy's going to go on to explain, number one, it's psyops, right? Glass ceiling. Make niggas believe that they're included in the system. Number two, the reason why certain institutions exist for us in America is because y'all disallowed us from even going to school with you or drinking from your water fountains. That's why we had to have our own schools, you fucking dimwits. These people are so brainwashed by their white supremacist mindset, they can't even think clearly, y'all, when they get to trying to hold these arguments. What other people... Give me 1 second. What are we talking about? You went up to 7,000 Christians in Nigeria? Compared to what? Compared to what? To us? Are you serious? Y'all wiped out 90% of the so-called Native American Indians, of the indigenous folk, Gad and Reuben. Tried to exterminate them, literally, to the point to where you had one of the reasons for the transatlantic slave trade is because that the so-called white man, the colonists, the settlers killed so many indigenous and was killing them so rapidly, they weren't able to maintain them as slaves, so they needed another source of slaves. Are you fucking serious? Hundreds of millions of casualties between Negroes and natives alone, it's estimated. I've seen estimates of 140 million between North and South America for the indigenous, and the main number for us, the so-called Negroes, the whole period of transatlantic slave trade, they'll estimate 100 million. So let's be generous and say 240 million. Compared to what? 7,000? Nigga, eat a dick and die. It doesn't compare. It doesn't compare. Oh, well, no, we're talking about the people who claim to be Hebrew. No, bitch. I'm talking about all of my people. It doesn't matter if y'all haven't been killed for just believing you're Israelite. Nigga, shut the fuck up. And like aforementioned, those Christians in Nigeria who are being killed, they weren't Christian originally. How did that form of Christianity get put up? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still learning how this works. It got cut out. So if I can't combine the videos, I'll just make a part 2. But I'll try to make this quick. Genesis 49, y'all. They tried to wipe out Northern Kingdom, which is why, in the prophecy, what does it say? It's also mentioned in Deuteronomy as well. These fools have tried to wipe us out. They've literally tried to exterminate us. You can't play a numbers game with us. So it just goes to show the hypocrisy of these dickheads. Straight up. That's what I'm calling it. That's what I'm calling you. Genesis 49 and 21. It says, Joseph is a fruitful bow, even a fruitful bow by a well, whose branches run over the wall. So Northern Kingdom, specifically Ephraim, they're known for having many children, right? Fruitful bow, aparium, literally fruitful, to be fruitful. Our people, says, whose branches run over the wall. Many of them have come to America, have come to the enemy to try to live the good life, right? And it turned out bad and sour for them to go over a wall. You know, our people will come here, cross the border, whether legal or illegal, to try to live a good life here, right? A precept with that Hosea 9 and 13. Verse 20 says, the archers have sorely grieved him and shot at him and hated him. Who are the archers referring to in this? Esau, Edom. The so-called Edomites the so-called white man tried to literally wipe out the native tribes. Smallpox-ridden blankets, straight up siege campaigns, right? Trail of Tears, all these famous accounts in history. Knocked the Tainos down to several hundred men, literally. If you're a so-called, you brothers and sisters, right? If you're a so-called Puerto Rican, right, a real, descent from the indigenous, not an Edomite, your ancestors was almost put the fuck out dealing with this guy. What are we talking about? Bodies on top of bodies. There's bones under all of the ground. Over every inch that you take in America, north and south, has the bones of the inhabitants. You can't play a numbers game with us. Let's go to Deuteronomy, y'all. Deuteronomy 23. You got to be smoking crack to try to... y'all not even in the conversation, nigga. Eat a dick. You got to sit them down. Who are you talking to? Come on, man. Deuteronomy, is this... double check. Yep. Deuteronomy 33 and 12. It says, and of Benjamin he said, the beloved of Yahweh shall dwell in safety by him, and Yahweh shall cover him all the day long, and he shall dwell between his shoulders. Another tribe, Benjamin, right, had to be protected by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to prevent the eradication by Esau. And all the tribes fall under this, right? But it makes note of Benjamin here. And when, once again, you have another group of people that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, tried to wipe out. One of the reasons in which Levi is not Benjamin, but I'm making mention of them, the tribe of Levi, the Haitians, one of the reasons that led to the Haitian Revolution was because of the extreme torture that they were experiencing during slavery. They literally were being tortured and killed in such vicious manners. They said, we either have to rebel or they're going to kill all of us. And so now we have the Haitian Revolution. Come on, man. Come on. You can't play a numbers game with us. So let me get this other clip real quick.
Black holiday.
Bingo.
Black
Okay.
only.
Let's do this.
Black only colleges. And then turn around and call everyone racist.
So you do know during slavery.
So she's saying, why are y'all calling everybody racist when y'all have all these black things set up? I'm hoping y'all can hear it. The volume is real low.
Speaking our native language
God
was
damn it.
actually forbidden.
The volume is
government
real
enforced
low. I thought I
anti-literacy
turned on
laws
Do Not
that
Disturb.
prevented us from.
Fucking stupid ass
Read it
iPhone.
right. So study.
Only in America can an ethnic group have Black Awareness Month, a black holiday, black only bars and clubs, black only colleges, and then turn around and call everyone racist.
So you do know during slavery, speaking our native language was actually forbidden. The government enforced anti-literacy laws that prevented us from learning how to read and write. So studying about our culture, our ethnics, and our background is actually illegal. So I think Black History Month is the least we can do to remember where we come from. Juneteenth isn't a black holiday. It's where our country, the Union, and the Confederate united, ending the Civil War and abolishing slavery. You don't think that we should celebrate ending slavery and uniting? We have our own bars and clubs because of Jim.
Once again, we weren't even allowed to use bathrooms in this damn country. With them
pro. See, for the next 100 years after slavery ended,
what
we had
those Nigerians were going through is not even comparable, y'all. It's not even comparable.
mandatory segregation, where whites and blacks had separate facilities such as schools, hospitals, public restrooms, transportation, and restaurants. You do know they also have gay bars? I wonder if you have a problem with that. Colleges, you say. They have their own colleges. Yeah, we couldn't go to colleges with whites, so we needed our own institutions. Those colleges still exist today, but guess what? Everyone's welcome to come there. Not like the colleges back in 1964. Only in America could you have a group of people be racist for 600 years and act like they wasn't racist for 600 years. And I'm tired of y'all trying to hide behind Christianity. It says in your profile that you're a Christian, but you know who else were Christians? The KK.
Only in America
And that's the
can
man.
an
He said, and I'm tired of y'all trying to hide behind Christianity. Most white Christians are stern racists, whether in America or abroad, and that's the reality. And that's what Vocab is. So that's it, y'all. I gotta learn how this phone works, but I wanted to highlight that these people are full of shit, y'all. Can't nobody compare to what we done went through. And what really matters, we're the chosen, and you're not. So that's all that really matters at the end of the day. And all these people, all the Yahweh is gonna shut off and shut down all of our detractors real soon, y'all. Real soon. So that's it, man. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwarash, to honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa Akwa, learning, teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.